G'day everybody, welcome to Lawnporn. My name's Matthew Dawn. Let's get your lawn on. Yes, it's the end of the first month of autumn, last couple of weeks of March. So it's quite easy, the applications. They're Charger 200ml, Root Builder 100ml for a tank mix on week 3, and a GreenLight 300ml, Root Builder 100ml on week 4, nice and easy. And what's really great about these applications is, well, the Charger and both the GreenLight do have iron in them, and the iron gives you that nice deep dark green colour. Now, in my part of the world, early autumn is quite warm usually. This one's been a little bit cooler, but still, look, today is a lovely 32 degrees. The sun's shining, the grass is nice and deep dark green. I did my Charger a couple of days ago. Now, Charger will really get that leaf growing, and the Root Builder will obviously build your root system. And you want a bit of leaf growth this time of year, simply because you're going to be mowing less, and if you do some sort of like bits that you've dug into a little bit too hard, you want them to grow back, well, the Charger will help that. We're still getting some fairly active growth this time of the year, although it's probably past any time that you can really do a late season reno because the temperatures are going to be dropping soon. Also, the iron in the Charger and GreenLight will protect the plant against the cold weather. So that's why both these iron applications are towards the end of March as it's starting to get cooler. So let's go for a mow and enjoy that, because this is coming up fantastically.
Held me back when I tried to move on from your life, so you stole my life by clarity. So hold me back, now you're here, 'cause I'm mad, show no fear. Wanna let you know just how it felt. Oh no, 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 no. Don't you think we're good? There's no way we could be. No, oh no, 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 no. I know the way you look at me, I know it too well. Now
Righto, so I do a double cut mow, and this will show you how I mow my yard. I split my yard up into 2 areas. This is the first area, so I'll do an edge pass, and then I'll go up and down and do my pattern, and that's basically how I mow both areas. So I'll show you the first area first. So here's the edge pass, or trim pass should I say. That's what you do when you first start mowing it. You just go around the edges, and this is obviously after you've done edging and things like that with solid edges or whippersnippers or whatever you're using. So around that corner I have to take my time, just go very, very slowly, or it gets a little bit messy. And then this is the other edge that I'm doing here, and that's a little bit lumpy, needs a bit of work. Now you can see here, take no notice to the right of the mower here. I don't. That's obvious. That's because the retaining wall is going to be changed, and I don't know quite where it's going to go. So this is sort of like my mock edge. So I'm coming back to my first pass of the trimming the edges there, the edge pass or trim pass. And now I'll go into my main pattern. Now I am going over the original trim pass for that bit, so that sort of like gets a double cut, kind of gets a quadruple cut when I do a double cut, if you know what I'm saying. But then here we go, I'm doing my line back, so I'm doing my patterns. You can see a bit of the rabbit damage there, but you know, there is a fair bit of growth at the moment. There's a bit of rabbit damage there too. Fair bit of growth happening, so it's still looking fairly good. In the winter time, it's not going to be that great. Now that rabbit damage, I've tried a few electronic devices and stuff like that. It's, they get used to it. It's not working. After a few goes, they just go, oh, what's that noise, and keep on eating my grass. So there's not much I can really do about it at the moment. And I am going away for a work trip, so I just really can't do what I wanted to do with this lawn. I did want to overseed. I'm not going to this year, simply because I'm going to be away, and basically overseeding will just just be more food for the rabbits, and it's just going to look terrible. Especially my planned overseed, I was going to grow to about 15 to 20 mil. thereabouts. But yeah, it's just not possible with the rabbits. But anyway, the lines that you are mowing away from you, they're light coloured, and the lines that are dark coloured, they're the lines that are mowed towards you. So you can see with the change of the sun, it kind of looks a little bit different each time. So I actually, when I line up my mows, I'm looking for that line. So I'm sitting in that line, and that's exactly what I'm doing here, just following the line. When I get to the end, I push the front roller up in the air. I've still got the reel going, and then I bring it back down nice and gently and ease into it. So that's the way I do it. I mean, you can turn the reel off every time that you end your pass, but I just pop the mower up, a little bit of a mono on the back roller. So here I go, doing the last line and coming back down to my edge. So now I start attacking the second area, and I'll do an edge pass on this first. So here I go down. It's a little bit rough here, and that's okay. This area here is under the shade. That will get shade all throughout the autumn and the winter. I'm not going to get much growth there, so that little bit isn't really going to repair. And I bring it right out to here to make my area. And as you can see, I've got a bit of a crisscross there, a bit of a check. And I think that ties the two areas in really, really nicely. So here I am going back into my main pattern. Now you might ask, why aren't I using a catcher? Simply because I've got a little bit of growth, but I'm not taking a heck of a lot off. So that little bit that I'm cutting off will just go straight back into the ground. It's got lots of rich nutrients in it, and when it breaks down, it will be more nutrients for my lawn. Plus, I don't have to worry about the green waste. And obviously, this being the second pass, I'm not going to get much in the way of clippings anyway. We've already done a pass at 12 mil. So these lines are lining up really nicely. You can see I'm using the light line here to make my next pass. So I'm using my previous mow just to help me with doing the second pass. And the second pass neatens it up a bit. Any bits that you missed, any wobbles in your lines, it's just a nice, neat way. I don't always do a double cut, but today I am. I've chosen to. And yeah, getting straight into it. Now, the one thing I do a little bit different on the double cut, just for this lawn, is got to do with the water source, which is in the lawn there. So I follow the line down here. I don't do this on my first pass, and then I just pay a little bit of particular attention to the tap, and I'll get as close as I can using the left-hand side of the Mowmaster, because I've got a bit more room to get closer to the tap. And yeah, I do this. This is going against the grain a little bit, but that doesn't matter too much. And then I'm setting up here. I've just got the front of the roller poking up a little bit. Once I found my position, put it down, and there it goes. And I'll neaten that up later with a little bit of a whippersnip, and even I'll get the Fiskars grass shears out to just get those few little bits I can't between the piping and the tap. And I will have the I will be changing that tap setup soon, so that'll be a good little video. So here I am setting up for my line back. Because of that tap being in the way, I have to jiggle it a little bit. And here I go. I'm not going to have to do the edge pass, but I'm going to do the little pass that I would have missed. So I've kind of got a little bit of a fatter line there than I'd like, but this will all change once the retaining wall happens, because then I'll know exactly where I'm going to go. So I'm very excited about it. It's going to be 4 days time, and it'll be a goer. So how I get back with the mower, I've got the reel off now. I'll just follow my trim pass to get back on here, so I'm not going over the lawn and messing up the lines. So that's basically how I attack this area. I'm a real, I'm probably not doing the nicest thing by going over the same pattern all the time. It will, it's not quite good for the grass. But this area sort of demands this pattern. I will do other patterns in future, next season for sure. But for now, I'm just keeping it the same pattern. It's not exactly what you should be doing. I should be really mixing it up. But until the lawn is fully repaired there and I've got everything the way I want it, it'll be like that. Good days these. I've had a car wash this morning with the Bowdens. It's just looking absolutely mad. Pretty happy with that. And look, the garden is just coming along. Done a few trims, I've sorted out the irrigation in there. It's starting to pick up a bit. And yeah, that's after the double cut mow today. That is just looking mad. The iron is just so good, it really gives it that dark emerald green. The lines that are dark green, they're the lines that have been mowed towards you. The lines that are light green, they're the lines that have been mowed away from your point of reference, which is where you're standing and where you're looking from. I get asked so often, do you change the height of the mower for each pass? No, it's just the rollers bending over the blades of grass and the refraction of the sunlight. That's what gives the effect of light and dark. So the dark are mowed towards you, the light are mowed away from you. It's crazy, eh? Well, I'm just so happy that in what's today, Thursday, on Monday, so what, 4 days time, they're going to start doing this retaining wall. I'm just rapt about that, because then I'll know where I'm going to, and then I can start, you know, looking after the bit next to the wall, because I'll know where it is. Yeah, I'm not assuming too much, I'm just waiting for the wall and then I'll just go from there. Getting some checks there where I'm coming across. This bit's recovered a bit now, closest to the camera. And of course the lines. It's looking good. It's looking really, really, really good. I could just sit out here all day and look at it. It's pretty cool. So this is just me basically following the program. So that program is a free download on lawnpornonline.com. Just click the Autumn 2021 mobile program and you can upload that straight away for free. And that program looks good for the mobile phone, hopefully. It's made for an iPhone X, so that's sort of a mid-size phone, I suppose. So it should work on most phones. And you know, you can just make it bigger and make it smaller on the screen if you have to. I think that's got that ability. So yeah, download the program and have some fun. Get some lawn looking like this, because this is just amazing. Hey, if you're enjoying the content of these videos, make sure to give it a like and subscribe. It helps me grow.